to Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan.
I'm gonna put 1,000,000 miles on these cowboy boots and a real big dent in my revenue. If I ain't done it all, just means I ain't done it yet. When I look back, I don't wanna have one single regret. I'm gonna soak up the sun, keep the wind in my sails, try to get to heaven while I raise a little hell.
Deuce Vodka presents Backwoods Backstage with Brett Kissel. Brought to you by Gemstone Lighting, smart outdoor lighting. Bushnell Optics, your performance is our passion. And Federal Premium Ammunition, powering your pursuit.
The driving experience was extraordinary. In fact, it was kind of beyond my wildest dreams to have 8 sold-out shows in Edmonton and then Regina, 3 shows, Saskatoon, 3 sellouts. To wrap things up there was really special. I've done a lot of recording in Saskatoon. I love the city, but it was a very special feeling for not just me, but for my band and my crew. They're like family to me, and we really experienced a lot of really cool things together, and I think that we brought a lot of joy to Canadians and a lot of people looking for not just something to do and not just a way to get out of the house, but a way to be brought back together again. We wrapped up our final show, 3rd and final show here in Saskatoon. I still haven't been able to hear how my Uncle Derek's doing, but I'm just excited to get back home to Alberta and go for a great time out on the lake and spend some time with my family tomorrow. So it's gonna be a late one, but I'll have a cocktail on the plane and have some fun tomorrow. It's about 2 in the morning, we just landed, and gonna go and sleep at home for a couple of hours, and then get together with the family, tell them about the show, find out about the fishing tournament, and head out to my grandparents, maybe for a fish fry. We might even go to the lake tomorrow, who knows? The whole day in Saskatoon, I was obviously in the moment and very excited about the process of getting through these 3 shows, but I was also excited to, be talking with Uncle Derek and seeing how he did in the fishing tournament, and knowing that I was going to come out here today and spend some time with Meemaw, Grandpa Bear, Matthew, and Uncle Derek, and Jordan as well. So it was really cool to get a chance to fly through the night, made for a late night, but get out here to the farm and spend some time with everybody.
And they're full. And I thought, well, I can't put them in my barn collection because they'll freeze.
Right.
So I have them here. My wife wasn't too happy with having them here. I told her, this is my garage, my rules, and my area.
But they're done in file.
Okay. Okay. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smell great.
Well, after a shower.
Really good. So our plan is we're going to do like a competition today. Matthew and Jordan. Do you remember Jordan?
Yes.
So Jordan, so we're going to do a competition, like shoot some skeets or tannerite, and then we're going to go fishing tomorrow. Yeah, with Derek. The number one priority for me in episode 1 of this show was to bring everybody to the place that I love the most, and that's the farm. There's so many things that we can do, there's so much that we can accomplish, and there's so many things to see. You know what, it's a really fun way of life. If you can see that my roots are here, you'll truly be able to understand who I am to my core. This is my favorite place, I'm surrounded by my favorite people, and that's truly what Backwoods Backstage is all about.
I'm not taking you to my secret spot. I'll take you to my 5th or 6th.
No time to go finding the fish then.
Oh, and by the way, tomorrow,
the fish.
walleye counts as 1 point. Catching a pike is -2 points.
Tomorrow.
Just the way.
I wouldn't worry about Wallace. He'll be the pike
Yeah,
there.
he'll be like -44 by the time.
I gotta be like entirely honest. I'm not much of a fisher. So if I can, I'll take pike. I'll take walleye. I'll take.
I've seen your trophy wall. You're not much of a hunter either.
Oh my.
Whenever I get out to the farm, I can't sit still, and one of my favorite things to do, especially when hanging out with family, is a little competitive nature and spirit. So I think they're all talking about Derek's fishing tournament, and I got Grandpa's little 22, set up a bunch of pop cans, and we got 10 cans, 10 shots. I think it'll be a lot of fun to see if us young guys can take it to the experienced hunter like Walsh, who's got his own show, and my uncle's been hunting for forever. So we'll check in on him. Hey boys.
Hey.
How's it going?
I was actually just telling your Uncle Derek how to fish. He says he finished 4th yesterday.
I'm getting cards out here.
What are you doing?
I was setting up a bunch of pop cans. So I want to do a competition, all 4 of us. I got 10 pop cans out there, and I was thinking because you guys are the
You want to learn how to
professionals-
shoot?
No. I know how to use this old gun. It's Grandpa's old 22. But it'll be Matthew and I, because we're the inexperienced guys, against the pro and senior.
I'm going to be on his team. What? You should be blessed that you're on my team.
I've seen this guy shoot.
Who drafted him? I demand a
We're going to see if you can shoot as good as you can fish.
All right, sounds good. Let's do it.
Well, in that case, I am screwed.
So we each get 10 shots, 20 total against the 2 of you guys. So I think we should throw some money in, and that way the person who gets the highest gets a certain amount of the pot.
Highest, you're talking like golf, right? Like just because you're going to shoot 21
No,
or 20
golf is
and hit 6.
You don't know anything about golf. Golf.
You know nothing about it. Now
That
I'm
was
getting
so
told,
good.
First off,
I'm
I don't
so
know.
glad you said
Oh,
that.
my word.
What an idiot. Okay. It'll be the total amount of points against the total amount of points for you guys.
Gotcha.
And then if I happen to get 10,
Okay.
and everybody else ends up getting like 8 or whatever, but he gets 5, I get 10, so it's 15, but you get 16.
10, 9, and 8, and 8. It's 19 versus 6.
Exactly.
You win. 2 on 2.
So 60 to the winning team and 20 to the guys.
Let's make it
who got the
25,
highest.
even 100.
Yeah, even 100, 25.
You
guys.
struggle with math, so that surely you can divide 100 by 25.
You struggle with golf. So.
I'm shooting.
Okay, so that's what we'll do. So we're gonna see if a guy who has his own hunting show and he calls himself the Rifleman, if he can win this competition. And secretly, I hope he gets either 1 or 0 so that we can have the bragging rights for, well, the rest of the time.
Miss.
Who invented this game? That was a hit, right?
They're all standing.
So I literally only got 2 out of 10.
Yep.
And I let my partner down, and this might be the only episode you ever see of this hunting show.
My name's Derek Germain. I'm 46 years old. I'm the old wise man of the group. I've seen Brett grow up from the age of 6 to where he is now, and Brett's always been a little shit to me. But it was fun being in the family, fun seeing him grow up, fun seeing him write his goals down as a young kid and all of a sudden go out and accomplish them one by one. Him and I have been really close over the years. He's learned a lot from me. I've learned a lot from him, but we've had a lot of great times. I've seen him miss more deer than I think he's done concerts in his life, to be honest with you. Great guy, but a terrible shot. And I hope that we don't have to use like 40,000 rolls of film for him to get his first shot in the show, because he's not real good, but I'll just keep that for later.
Uncle Derek, even though he and I don't share blood, we share so many of the same values, and I'm so glad that I get to be a part of his family, the Germain side, and I'm so lucky that I get to invite him to be part of our family here. He has raised me in a lot of ways. When he first came into the family, probably I was 5 or 6 years old, maybe younger, but from going to hockey games to going out hunting and fishing, he's a guy that I've looked up to in a lot of ways. He's taught me a lot of great lessons. He's taught me a lot of bad lessons that I can't really share. I thought that this was going to be such an easy competition. But I love the guy, and I think that he is the perfect, somewhat co-host for this show because he loves the outdoors, hunting and fishing. That's his thing. Matthew Germain is one of my favorite cousins. I've got a lot of them, but he definitely ranks in the top 100.
Here we go.
But this guy, he's all class, he's all fun, and even though we've got a 10-year age difference, I feel honestly if Cecilia and I, if we married each other again, I would have him be a part of the wedding party without question. He's just a great guy, somebody that, it's interesting because even though he's 10 years younger than me, I look up to him in a lot of ways too. So it's really cool that we get to be on this journey together and do some fishing and have some great adventures out in the back 40. So Walsh needs 3 to win. Jordan Walsh is a really good buddy of mine, and he's invited me to be a part of his shows over the years, and I thought it was only fitting to invite him to be a part of mine now. But also Jordan has great expertise out in the field, incredible relationships, great connections, and he and I see eye to eye on pretty much everything other than his choice in hockey teams.
Fortunately for Derek and I, unlike Brett's music, that is it.
That being said, getting to spend time with Walsh and having him essentially produce the show with us is really, really cool because I can, let him lead the charge on some of the great adventures that I know we're going to have. But he's a great guy, he's a great dad, he's a great family man, so he's got a lot of the same values that I got too.
Well, that's easy money, and there's no money on the planet better than Brett Kissel's.
That's right.
Okay, let me show you guys.
Your turn?
Yeah. You young spoiled Canadians. I was shooting gophers when I was your age, and I became a sharpshooter. All I saw was their eyes.
That's it. Oh no! You gotta be kidding me. Oh. No!
He's got the votes. You gotta pay him now.
Yeah, easy money. Easy money. Okay, thank you.
Just what I thought I was in.
Now, I think I'll get myself a new gun. Well, yeah, there's to the young guys, to your golden years. Derek, he's at the end of the golden years already. He's touching the senior years. And I'm touching the handicapped years. So.
There you go, Grandpa. Hey, good shooting, by the way.
Good shooting. Great shot.
Oh my gosh.
Smooth. Mine was
That's
great.
good vodka.
Mine was great.
That's good vodka.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, we had a late one last night. We played cards till, 1 or 2 in the morning. And then we're up and at 'em so that we can go and catch some big fish today. We're just pulling up to Moose Lake, and we're gonna go to Derek's hot spot where he placed 4th in the tournament last weekend. So I'm excited to be fishing with the guru. And I know it's gonna be a good day, and I'll tell you why. My hometown radio station just started playing this. Little Brett Kissel in the morning.
So I'm throwing another kink into this. Every pike takes off a pound off your end of the day weight.
Okay.
So 5 of your biggest walleye in length, but each pike at the end of the tournament reduces your weight by a pound.
Oh, that's interesting.
So is it weight by pound? Like
It's going to be
at the end?
length, and then we'll convert it to weight. We have the charts.
Gotcha.
So let's say we're at 52 pounds, or sorry, 25 pounds for the day.
Yeah.
And we catch
But we
5
got 4 pike. We're at 21 pounds for the day. Each pike subtracts a pound off your
1
total
pound.
weight at the end of it.
Okay, yeah.
Let's
get the boats in the water and get it out.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you.
You guys just want to hand it over now, or you guys actually want to go fishing today?
You're as good on the net as your dad is.
All right, let's do it.
Fishing is a big part of my Uncle Derek's life, and thus has become a big part of my life. I do a lot of ice fishing, especially back in the day with Grandpa Bear, but now ice fishing with Uncle Derek and going out to get some big walleye with him is a lot of fun. I know he's going to show me the ropes, he's going to put me through the paces out there, but he just placed 4th in the big fishing derby out in Moose Lake. So I'm excited that he can show me the hot spots. He knows his way around the boat, knows his way around a fishing rod, and I'm excited to learn from him.
So we're the Walleye Whisperers. What are you?
The singer of the ringer.
Singer of the ringer.
It's tough. I can't say ING, I can't even say that. Singer of the ringer. A better name.
Yeah, I think you
Looking
should.
at that boat, you better have a lot of rags to watch that pike slide off that thing. You guys are done. So we're going to a place that I found free fishing for the tournament, and I actually told Terrence about it on day 1. He wasn't catching anything. Comes to our spot, pucks out his limit, and now he's bragging about beating me in the spot that I found and the technique that I told him to use. So he's gonna try and beat me in my own game, but we're not gonna let that happen today. So this spot, the walleye this year are late. High water levels. Normally this time of year they'd be in 12, 13, 14, 15 feet of water, but because everything's so far behind, we're actually fishing about 7 feet today. They're looking for warm water, good bait fish, and this is where we were on the weekend. So hopefully they're still here. Let's get fish and find out.
A typical lake like Moose Lake after the last 4 years has gone up in so much in water level. Your walleye they spread out. They're not in huge schools. So it's a couple here, a couple there, not a school of 1,000 fish.
There's a very good chance that those clowns over there could literally just holler and make a bunch of noise just to make us feel something.
We should do it to them.
I believe that's probably gonna happen.
We got a fish on, boys.
Line's in the water and we got a fish on.
Oh, we lost him. Oh, no, we didn't. Sorry, boys.
Still there? Okay, just keep your rod tip bent and just reel nice and slow. You don't have to pump or anything. Oh yeah, nice fish. Ringer for Matthew.
That a kid carrying the weight. That's a fish.
Hey Brett, I bet you wish you were in this boat already, eh?
You know what? That's fine. I know what we're gonna do. I just gotta cast closer to you guys. Simple.
He makes it over 58.
59.
We round up.
And we got the footage to prove it.
Nice fish.
Oh, fish on.
That's my partner right there.
Like,
Grab the net, Brett.
So your front hook. Good
fish.
half worm. Does this still work?
it's coming in right here.
I'll give you a new one.
Just wait till the nose comes up, Brett. Don't hit it.
That's -1 pound.
Oh shoot! I lost it.
Oh,
no!
Yeah,
Oh, no.
We've seen it.
Oh
We've seen it.
man!
-1.
No.
Pull up, Sadie. Don't get that.
No, it's got to be in the boat. Okay, Brett, let's troll.
Yeah.
We're gonna change it up.
Well, all my uncles, as far as I can remember, hunt and fished, and had great mentors there. My dad, it's kind of where I learned how to do it, but guys like my Uncle Mitch and my Uncle Guy that were avid fishermen, we go out with them all the time, and
Good fish, Uncle.
they taught me what they knew, and then I got a lot of feedback and experience from other people that I met. And one thing I am is a collector of wisdom, so I'm always listening, always asking questions, always probing.
Pull straight up.
And I've just taken all the advice from all the different people that I've ever fished with or hunted with and just kind of narrowed it down, and just excited about the future to learn more and more and more and get better and better at both crafts.
I don't know, 20 years ago, Derek and I started fishing tournaments together, and with some success, and we got our first win together on this lake in 2007, and you know, I couldn't have done it without him, without that expertise in netting fish, taking hooks out, lighting me cigarettes, and you know, just being there for support. Derek made a big mistake bringing in the ringer today to help these guys out, because I saved my best for today. We got the job done, and I couldn't have done it without him. Now it worries me, him being on that boat, he won't miss a fish with that net. It's he could use a butterfly net and probably get a 10-pounder in there. He is so good with that net.
What worries me for Derek is who on that boat is going to catch a fish for him to get it in the net. Still probably should have set that harder, but it seems to maybe worked.
Rod tip up in the air and don't reel the weight all the way to the top. We'll just use the rod to bring them in. Whoop! There we go.
Oh,
Okay, let out a little bit of line. So
Jordan
we don't get
Walsh
tight
on
in
the board.
I've been fortunate enough to know Brett for about 5-6 years now, and through Brett, I was introduced to both Derek and Matt Germain. And you know what? Both those guys have helped me out immensely, as has Brett, be it in the financial sense, the business sense. At the end of the day, they're just down to earth, great guys, like the entire rest of their family. And I gotta say, We've created quite a few memories out in the fields together already between Brett, myself, Derek, Matt, myself, and I'm looking forward to creating more over the course of Backwoods Backstage. Just gotta keep paying attention and learning. Nothing I love more than learning new things in the outdoors, spending time with friends. What a time out here on Moose Lake with the boys. More to come. Can't lie, I'm starving right now. Kissel has all the food. And because we're winning, he's whining. He won't give us any food.
Those of you that don't know Brett personally, every single bone in his body is competitive. And right now, as we are in this competition for the biggest fish, he is withholding the food on the boat to try to slow us down. We've got a 59.
We're just marking ours by
60.
memory.
Oh, I know what your memory's like.
Growing up, especially on the Germain side, my dad's side of the family, there was lots and lots of time spent outdoors, whether it was ice fishing, whether it was whitetail, mule deer, moose hunting, doing all sorts of outdoors activities.
Fish number 3.
Especially now coming here to Flat Lake, growing up on quads, dirt bikes, side-by-sides. My whole life and childhood up to this point has been outside, outdoors, and I'm really excited to give you guys a taste of the life we do live.
The latest one to come into the boat. Unbelievable. What a day, what an experience.
What usually ends up happening is once they're done spawning, the females go to recover. So they leave the spawning grounds first, so they're very spread out. And the warmer the water gets, the more they tend to school up. So right now, there's big females in here, but they're all spread out amongst the males now.
Gotcha. To me, there's a million things about fishing that is fun.
Double header here, boys.
But I'm loving the conversation back and forth. With me being on the road as often as I am, I mean, this year is a lot different with everything that's going on in the world.
We get both in and out at once.
For me, I'm just happy to get a chance to spend time with friends and with family and just catch up, because when you're in a boat together for as long as, you know, so many hours in a day, there's so much you can talk about. Some stuff I can't ever share on camera, but some good stuff nonetheless. Oh! Shoot! Sorry, Uncle.
Oh, your fault. Just popped off again. Wasn't keeping the right pressure on it. Nice fish though.
Yeah.
57.
57.
So now I'm going to attach the bouncer on. So I like to use it's a quick change clevis, it's called. So I put that on first so I can actually change the weight of my bouncer on the fly. And then I put a bead on so the bouncer doesn't ram up on my swivel. There we go. Put on my swivel. It's fire line, so I like to go through the eyelet twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Put that on there. Tie my rig on to the business end. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Back through. Attach my bouncer to my clevis, just like that. Trim my tag lines. There's one on the fire line I'm gonna have to burn off because I don't have a knife on me, so perfect. That's it. We're good to go. Fish on, boys. My uncle. Dinner as well. Boy, they fight hard here.
Good fish. Yes, sir! Good fish, Uncle.
Yes, sir! That is 55.
Had a beat, partner. And with that new recipe that, yeah, well, it's 100 years old to her and her family, but for my first time, I'm actually looking forward to cooking that. I've caught a lot of fish today, probably 30, 35 walleye. Only one pike. Then so we got 57, 60, 63, 66, 67.
It's on Brett's back now. I've already caught all the 60s. Brett, can you get this done?
I'm trying. I am trying, Uncle.
Okay, well,
he's
trying.
90% of the fish are found in 10% of your lake, and once you find them fish and you stick to that area, you can usually get on a good number of fish. The wind turns up and starts blowing out of the northwest for a good day. 90% of these fish could go out into the main lake, and they could do that in a matter of hours.
So Terrence, when you say eater, that's between 50 and 55. What is the premise behind that?
50 to 55, it's a slot in this lake where allows us to keep a fish between that 50 to 55.
Yep.
Because there's an abundance of them in this lake, in that age class. So by not targeting the spawning females, by targeting these fish, they're not spawners at all. It's going to make the lake a lot more healthier. Get a lot of those fish out, let the bigger ones spawn, and continue on and keep the lake healthy.
Yep, total conservation.
Yes.
I love it.
Those days when Grandpa would pick my brother and I up from school, there were no cell phones or anything, so my mom and my dad would go pick us up from school. We wouldn't be there. And the principal or the secretary in the office would be like, oh yeah, Grandpa Bear came and picked up the kids. And my mom and dad knew that, okay, well, we're probably either at an auction sale or on the lake somewhere. And so they would just have to wait till I'd come home.
I never pulled my kids out of school because I know if they got grades like their dad, they had to stay in there.
You got pencil weeds that are growing up to 8 feet. It's 8 feet on that edge. So then walleye like to go in there, their minnows are in there. All the feed for the minnows for the walleye.
Chunky monkey!
That's a mirror, it's your reflection. We're over here, that's probably a pike.
So we worked general areas of these back bays and the creek mouths right now. That's where the walleye in this lake could be held up. The main lake is normally good at this time of the year, but it just hasn't been going for the last couple weeks. So.
Yeah. Fish on, guide Terrence.
A little bit heavier, it almost feels like. Okay, I'm gonna bring him to you. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Woo!
What happened there?
Oh, that's a meaty one.
Hey Derek, this is what they look like.
Oh boy, nice fish, boys.
That does look amazing.
That's, I think we're 3 over 60 now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, we're 2, so we're not that far behind.
Beautiful.
62.
62. Awesome.
17 minutes left. I still think we're ahead. Those guys took off. I have no idea what they're doing. But this is kind of when the quiet hour, when people get tired, they've been fishing all day.
I'm starting to feel a little bit nervous that we've not improved our score at all.
What we need to do is bring up our energy, bring up our positive mentality, positive attitude, glass half full kind of attitude. 17 minutes to catching over 60. I think we can do it. Let's get focused.
My Uncle Derek has been in the financial business for a long time. He's been in the fishing business for a lot longer, and clearly has heard a lot of great speeches, because I am riled up.
Fish, Brett.
Great, 53.
Back to work, boys. Listen, we're catching fish. We just need the right ones to bite. Feels like a good one. Mind you, they all do when the boat's moving, but we need this fish. Pull and drag.
The biggest of the day.
It's a good fish.
There we go. It's a big fish.
That's a 60, boys.
There we go. That'd be Uncle.
Woo, woo. That is a pressure fish right there. Last minute, 65.
65. That'd be Uncle. That's what I'm talking about. It's coming down to the wire right now, and we've actually been hammering fish. I think we've caught 3 or 4 in the last couple of minutes. Completely slowed down. Caught 3 in the last hour.
No way.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see you. Come here and then come here and we'll look in the live well and we'll wrap this thing up. Looks like we're the champions, so we've got about 10 minutes to think about how we want to celebrate. Maybe some kind of Stanley Cup style parade around the farm.
Yeah, you guys still take it.
Okay, perfect. Love you too. He hung up on me. Look how defeated they look.
Yeah, you can just see the sadness on their faces.
You can just see how sad you guys look, eh?
Water, DQ.
What?
DQ.
Why?
Qualification lines are still in the water.
You're late.
You don't see one.
This is the line here. You guys are 3 minutes late. Lose all your weight.
You guys have 3 keepers?
Yeah.
You guys upgrade?
Oh, you know what? We had a great hour. Quantity-wise, dog shit. Quality-wise.
It went to absolute hell here. No! I have a huge belief that when a butterfly visits, it's from the other side, and this one just landed on the edge of the boat, crawled out of my finger. Look at it, still hanging around. And I lost my dad almost 3 years ago to the day. And so happy that Brett and all of us decided to donate this fishing episode to my dad. And this is incredible to me. I mean, look at that. So, I don't know what to say, but what an awesome day. Sorry, I'm a little emotional, but that's who I am. But thanks, Brett, for including me in this. And what an incredible day, and what an incredible way to end the day. So you'll probably see me cry a few more times in a few more episodes. I gotta wear my emotions on my sleeve, but that to me is not coincidence. So anyways. .2
57
3.6
Total
22.1
23.9, baby!
All right.
I don't believe it. Pictures, video, or did you?
Oh, man.
It was good. It was good competition.
Thanks, boys.
It was good fun. It was good fun.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Got a partners.
Good job.
Great job.
I left him hanging.
We definitely caught more than 35.
Teammates, great job.
That was a great day.
Yeah. You know what? That was an awesome day. That was.
So the prize.
You can't beat that.
The prize. Bragging rights for the next 12 months until we do this again.
Until we do it again?
Yeah.
Take 2.
Mind you, I might get
21.
a trophy made, shirts made.
Absolutely.
Parade. We might have to do a flat leg parade.
You know what? We should for sure. Let's parade around the farm, and the trophy will send you guys the bill because the loser has to pay for the trophy.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure it's real nice and expensive.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Belts.
Little rings even.
I love cooking and I love spending time with my Mima. It's very important for me to eat what we harvest and share with our family. It's truly what it's all about. I remember as a little kid spending time with her, learning a lot of secret recipes. Now as a grown adult with kids of my own, it's extra special learning these age-old recipes and now being able to take them back to my kids. Mima is one of the best cooks I know. She has so many stories of the big feasts that she would cook with her mom, who would be my great-grandmother, and all of the times that she would host community members for big fish fries. I'm so honored that Mima is now passing on these recipes to me, so I can take them on down the line to the next generation.
Here's a Kissel pro tip. I actually learned this from Brett's dad. When you want to flip a steak, if it's the steak's not releasing, I'll see that one's
that's
good.
releasing,
That's
yeah.
releasing. That one's still stuck. It's not ready. That one's good to go. This one's good to go.
So in the barbecue,
when the meat's hot enough,
yeah,
you can flip it. But a lot of times if it's not ready, see that's still sticking.
So it
that's
doesn't
not
need
ready.
flipped yet.
That's not ready yet. That's not ready yet. Nor is that. That one's good. That one's not ready yet. So watch like 2 minutes, those just flip up like nothing. So that's
cool.
A Gordon Kissel tip.
It's amazing how life works. I've got a good friend in the cattle business named Bern Katelko, and Bern's got a jet, and so a couple times we've been able to fly together. Well, Bern introduces me to a guy named Barry Hunka. Yeah, it just sounds like a good name of a good guy. So he and I have become friends. So I said, Barry, do you want to go fishing? He said, yep. I said, where are we going? I said, Waterhen, Saskatchewan, just north of Meadow Lake. I said, can we take the plane? He said, yeah. I said, perfect. So here we are, Vegreville, Alberta. We're gonna go fishing. We're gonna fly in his, is this a Saratoga? Like, look how nice this is. Like, this is how you go fishing. This is the best way to spend a Monday morning. And I'm still trying to classify this as a work day. Well, welcome to Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. We are going to a lake called Waterhen. So my Uncle Derek and some of our family members have been out there over the last couple of summers. And so we just landed. I checked my Instagram, and Derek and Walsh have 2 separate boats, and they're already out on the lake. And Derek just caught a monster walleye. So Matthew, that belt staying with me.
Does that qualify as cheating if they start early?
No.
That's right. We got all day to catch. We're only down one.
You already got a guy on the water. I got a guy on the water.
And then watch her, swim. Now he'll swim, like the other ones. So we caught all these fish in shallower water. We got this guy in 25 feet, and he didn't want to swim. So you put weights on him, and then I add a little bit of a sedative. This blue stuff. Now the water's turning nice and blue. That just keeps the fish calm, keeps the fish, takes the stress out of them.
And one of the things they've done such a great job throughout Canada, but here in Saskatchewan especially, is managing their fisheries so that we're able to, have a larger number of keepers than we might be in other places in Canada. Maybe 3, 4, 5, whatever the case may be. Here it's 3, 2 under, 1 over that magic number. And honestly, that just all comes from conservation and the fact that they've done such a great job of it. So when you put those fish in your live well, you want to make sure you're taking care of them. A, so they taste better, but B, so you're preserving the fisheries, releasing those bigger ones and keeping those ones that are classified as keepers. But again, you take better care of them, they're just going to taste better.
How was the flight, gentlemen? Perfect. Yeah?
Feels like a good fish, actually.
It's always exciting when you get the reveal. Big walleye.
I can't believe how chunky these things are.
They're heavy fish. Like this is turning out to be some real fun fishing. I was having a little nap there and dreaming of catching fish. And some people call it dreaming, I call it positive manifestation. And I was manifesting the fish to come to where we were and to bite our hooks. Right, wow. Derek?
Great job, Brett.
Thank you.
There you go.
51.
Keeper?
Yeah.
Well, I know I say this and I'll say it again. Jordan Walsh knows that much about fishing. I'm just here to have a good time and I'll fish Brett. But if there's one pro tip I can offer anyone about fishing, it's you can't catch fish without gear in the water. And the more gear you got in the water, the more fish you're gonna catch. Here's number 2 of the day. And yes, I stole that from Mike Mitchell in BC Outdoors.
You wanna net that?
We're gonna go ahead, just throw this guy back.
A guy who's become in the category of best bud is Matt Doucette from Big River, Saskatchewan. So he knows about fishing in Saskatchewan big time. And Matt and I have a vodka company together that he invited me and my wife to be a part of called Deuce Vodka. And for those of you who've tried it, I'm sure you know how much we love it and how smooth it is. But it'd be great for us to talk a little business while we're catching some fish. We had such an amazing time at Moose Lake and also at Waterhen. Honestly, you can't beat fishing with your best buddies. Thanks for tuning in to our new series, Backwoods Backstage.